Welcome back. I am Nadia Colburn, and I am so glad to be here with you again. This is day 2, and I am excited to bring the body more fully into the writing practice today. So we're just going to get a little taste of this. Why do you bring the body into writing, you might ask? And there are many reasons. First of all, if we want to be in alignment, we need to bring our bodies into the writing because our bodies hold our stories. We live through our bodies. So our story is not something that exists in the past, but instead is something that comes with us all the time into the present. It's not something that exists only in our minds either, but it's something that is written into our bodies. Just as an oak tree tells the story of where its seed was planted and the amount of water and light and nutrients it got each year, just as its shape might show the story of the other trees or structures it grew around to get more light, so our bodies tell our stories. And in order to put experience into meaningful, believable ways on the page, we need to be able to access the body's physical and emotional experiences. The old writing dictum, show, don't tell, essentially advises us to enter into a scene in our writing through our bodies, not just describe it abstractly from the outside. Now, for those of us with trauma, and it's estimated that 70% of American adults have experienced trauma, it is our body, not our conscious mind, that carries that trauma story. In a traumatic experience, the prefrontal cortex goes offline during the threat response. So that is that the place of reasoning and language structure goes offline to protect us, but the trauma lives in our body. And as writers, we need to listen to our body and bring mind and body back into dialogue. The therapist and writer Alice Miller says, frequent physical illnesses are the body's response to permanent disregard of its vital functions. And one of our most vital functions, she says, is an ability to listen to the true story of our own lives. When we listen to the body, we listen to the true story of our lives. This allows us literally to be healthier in our physical bodies and also be healthier on the page. And this is the case for everyone, whether we have experienced trauma or not. There are scientific experiments that show that writing one story and bringing the physical, emotional experiences into that writing can significantly improve measurable health indices, including reducing trips to the doctor's office by 50%. So that's very powerful medicine. I bring yoga into my teaching of writing as my preferred embodied practice because the exercises in yoga are specifically designed to help us bring mind and body together. So after all, the word yoga means union. The therapist Bessel van der Kolk, the author of The Body Keeps the Score, writes, I often tell my students the two most important phrases in therapy, as in yoga, are notice that and what happens next. Once you start approaching your body with curiosity rather than fear, everything shifts. I love this because the same is true of writing. When we approach our writing with curiosity, we get unstuck. And when we stay in the body in the moment and just ask what happens next, our writing unfolds for us. We can come out of struggle. So it can sometimes feel a little scary to go into the body, but I promise you that we can go gently, and bringing the body into the writing experience is a win-win. The writing helps our body, and the body helps our writing. What happens then is that not only are those difficult stories brought back, but the whole larger range of motion and emotion is recovered as well. In Align Your Story, the module that many people find most rewarding is the joy module. And at first, they might find it to be the most difficult module because they realize that they've been disconnected from their joy. But by the end of the module, they feel much more connected to it again and much more able to bring that joy and a fuller range of emotion to the page. Their writing becomes more vibrant and more fun, and often their life does as well. So when we go into the body, we have a tool to uncover what is there. But we also, and I think this is the best part, have new tools to change the story, to break up the old patterns and to create new ones. In a traditional writing course, as I said last time, we're usually just kind of pushing words around on a page, but these practices help us uncover more of the story and then change the direction it's going and see other ways of being. So today I'm going to lead you through some very gentle movement exercises that you can do anywhere, and I'm going to give you some writing prompts so you can get a little taste. This is just a little taste of this practice. So we'll start with just the first two exercises that I offer in Align Your Story. These are beautiful exercises to awaken the spine. They get us moving and the breath flowing through our body. Again, these are just very gentle, just a little taste of it. You can see me teaching them here in this video and see how that goes. So the first exercise we're going to do is called Sufi Grind. This is like this. I'm going to go over this again. This is a great exercise for the spine and for the hips, for the digestion, and for the lower chakras, which are the lower energy centers that give us stability and strength and security. So, and as well as creativity. The lower three chakras are the seat of our creative selves. So what we're going to do in Sufi Grind is we're going to inhale going forward and exhale going back. We're going to stay rooted on our sit bones and move around in a circle. The second is spinal twist. We're going to bring our arms up so that they're parallel with the floor. Our thumbs are behind our shoulders. We're going to root down into the floor with our sit bones, and we're going to twist around our spine first to the left, inhaling to the left, and then exhaling to the right. And you can start slowly, and as you get more comfortable, you can go more quickly. Okay, let's come into the practice themselves. Make sure you have some writing materials close by, and let's begin. Come to a comfortable position where you can do a little bit of movement. You can best to be seated on the floor in cross legs, but if you want to be in a chair, that's also fine. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Waken up your body. And just notice how you feel here. Try to be with yourself without judgment, just noticing with attention, with curiosity, and giving yourself support. If you start to notice that you are saying unkind things to yourself, that's also part of the practice. So really notice how you interact with your body. And let's begin. So let's begin this practice of Sufi Grind. We're going to inhale forward and exhale back, wakening up the spine, arching and flexing that spine, moving on around our center, but rooted down firmly into the floor with our sits bones, letting the breath move us. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Just close your eyes and be with this at your own pace for a little while. And now, when you come to center next time, reverse direction. So you're still inhaling forward and exhaling back, but going in the opposite direction. Staying with the movement and with the breath. And now inhaling and coming to center. Suspend the breath. Reach up tall, sit up tall, 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 and let go. Let it go. And now let's come into spinal twist. So bring your arms up, thumbs behind your shoulders. We're going to inhale to the left and exhale to the right. Go at your own pace, staying with the breath and trying to be kind to yourself as you're moving, noticing what that language part of your brain is doing, and see if you can allow it to quiet so that you can just be with what's ever happening in your body without judgment. Inhaling left and exhaling right. Waking up that energy. And now, next time you come to center, inhale, bring your arms above your head, stretch up tall, 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 suspend the breath, feel that energy circulating, keep the breath suspended, and when you really need to, with a really big exhale, let everything go, the arms down. Notice how you're feeling now. Is it different from how you felt before we began moving? Keep that attention open and aware. Stay connected to your breath. And I'm going to read you a short passage from the poet Mary Oliver's poem called Evidence. Just listen, and then I'll lead you through a prompt. Among the swans there is none called the least or the greatest. I believe in kindness, also in mischief, also in singing, especially in singing when it's not necessarily prescribed. As for the body, it is solid and strong and curious and full of detail. It wants to polish itself. It wants to love another body. It is the only vessel in the world that can hold, in a mix of power and sweetness, words, song, gesture, passion, ideas, ingenuity, devotion, merriment, vanity, and virtue. Keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable. So stay connected to your breath. And my prompt for you is to use the phrase as for the body or as for the lungs or what part of your body wants to speak. And either speak from that part or speak to it. What does it want to say? What does it want to hear? And here are a few words you can use if you want a little inspiration: polish, love, gesture, and vessel. No one will read what you write, so just have fun and see where you go. Stay connected to your body for these last few minutes. Have a good time. Trust the process. Take one more minute here. Congratulations. Beautiful job. Such a pleasure being here with you. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow for day 3. Of course, continue writing if you want to, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day.